What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 358 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today's Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. And this episode is streaming live on Twitch, YouTube, X, and Facebook. I'm your host, Ken Pescator. That's Adam Tuttle. Adam, yo ho ho.
Hey, trainers.
What's going on?
Hey, Ken.
Dude?
How are you?
I am well. I think we've worked out the audio gremlins from last week. So look, man, I think
hopefully.
I think I did a good job repairing that in post. I worked really hard on it. So hopefully no one noticed that it was a little cray last week. But how's it
sounds
going?
dicey.
It did sound a little Andrew
Good.
Dice Clay. But how are you? How you been?
Been good. Went to Walmart tonight, grabbed a few things, and saw a 4-piece outdoor seating set. And it's like originally $100. It was like $35 or something like that. And I'm like, we gotta buy it. It's like we need a place to sit outside and enjoy the night sky. And put together a little table thing. Didn't take that long. Mowed the lawn. I tried earlier this morning.
Hold on. This is some serious dad stuff going on right here.
No, I was pushing the lawnmower. It was like 1 o'clock and the heat was just unbearable. And so I took it upon myself to go back inside and have some ice water.
Dude, here's you ready?
And then wait till later, much later. Dude. And it was basically the sun was going down and I was able to take care of the rest of the yard.
I've got some dad stuff for you, man. This is when you know you're peak dad mode, when like on a Sunday morning you're sitting around reading the supermarket circular, bro. That's my Sunday mornings. That's when you know you're at peak dad level, where it's just like, oh my gosh, paper towels are on sale. I'm telling you, man, it's the little things. But
I'm not there yet.
Get good, bro. Skill issue. But we are streaming this live on a bunch of platforms, including Twitch, X, YouTube, and Facebook. If you are on Twitch and you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime, which means you get one free sub a month. And we'd love it if you cashed it in on us or anyone in the Pokemon Go universe online. But Adam, 2 weeks or less to max finale. The pacing is crazy. We got another big week of gameplay to talk about, and we're not even there yet. It's just absolutely nuts. Shout out to everyone who's here early. East Met West, Likeable Monster, Nick, Scipio, Ito in Japan, Rooster's here, Grandpa's here, Coach Kev is in the building. Yo,
Coach Kev. All right, welcome.
We got some peeps
everyone.
Up in here.
We
Thank
appreciate you hanging with us early.
Yes, thank you so much to everyone here in the chat. We appreciate y'all so very much. But this week, we're going to recap the last week of gameplay, including Cozy Companions, Hatch Day, Munchlax. We had a very, very broken Ultra Unlock Origin Raid Day, so we'll definitely dig into all that craziness, because that was a little
It was more
crazy.
Like an Ultra Lockup.
It might have been an Ultra Lock, bro. I'm just saying Niantic help was not helping. That's what I'm saying. But we're currently in Delightful Days Taken Over, which is the Team Go Rocket stuff going on. And we have Go Battle Weekend along with Shadow Kyogre Raid Weekend, Shadow Raid Weekend this weekend. And this is all just a kind of wild lead up into the Go Fest Max finale, which is next weekend. And there's a lot to prepare for. So we definitely recommend that you start your maintenance now, start prepping with your inventory. Nothing's worse than like getting into an event and realizing like, oh, my bag is full or my storage is full, and then you lose precious time and all that stuff. Dark Skies is going to do its best to drain your pockets before asking you to reach even deeper for the max finale. So we recommend having a plan going into Dark Skies. And then over the next 2 episodes, we're going to be digging into max finale. But there's something that kind of has been going on in the background that is worth talking about. And that's how the game is quietly making it easier to tackle tougher bosses, the more difficult stuff, with less people, specifically less people in person. So I want to dig into that at the end of the show. But huge shout to everyone that's here in the chat. Fisher J is here, subscribing for 27 months straight. Fisher J, you're the man. Appreciate it. Also, Via Power 94. Hey guys, greetings from Portugal. First time catching you live. Yo, what up from Portugal?
Wow.
Appreciate you.
Welcome in.
Yes, but Fisher J can't stay, but we appreciate you coming by. He says, I want to hop in and say hi. I'll be in Cleveland on Thursday for Pokemon Go MLB event. If you want Pikachu with the background raids, add me. Holla. Joe is here. Yo, we got peeps.
Oh, man,
we're feeling the love right now on Twitch. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We really, really do appreciate all of you. All of you. All right, let's backpedal. So
speaking of dark skies.
Yes.
Speaking of dark skies, the Parasite meteor shower.
Oh yeah.
Is happening tonight. Right now it's 10. It's supposed to be most visible from like midnight to like 3 a.m.
Right.
So it's like the shower is caused by the Earth passing through debris from comet Swift Tuttle. Swift Tuttle.
You're excited about this, aren't you?
I'm just excited because yeah. It's my meteor.
Yo, it's like I live on the edge of the continent, bro. I'm literally at the ocean. I should maybe go to the beach tonight, see if I can see anything. It was clear. I should do. You know what? I'm gonna do that.
Best to be out of the city.
Yeah. Now, well, look, the problem where I'm at, and I'm in the beach I'll go to is Long Branch, New Jersey, right? So I got Asbury Park not too far. I've got the city, New York City, off in the distance. So even though I'm on the edge of the continent, there is still some light pollution because of little resorts here and there, and so it does clog things up a little bit. Via Power says, when you wish upon a Jirachi. Yo, that's so true. That's so great.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Well, it's also too, we just had the sturgeon moon on the 9th. So it's the full moon is now
talking some hippie stuff right now, bro.
I think waning. Waning is the correct word, where it's less full.
What is it called? Like when Mercury's in retrograde, it's like go slap someone in the face, be like, sorry, dude, it was Mercury. My bad. I didn't mean I'm retrograding right now.
I'm just a werewolf. All
right, well let's get into the last week of gameplay. We had Cozy Companions and Snom and Frostmoth. Yo, dude, I did not take advantage of this event with hatching the 2Ks. I just didn't. I'm on that single incubator grind outside of doing the stuff with the expedition access. When I did not take advantage of this the way I should have. But when I was thinking about it, it's like I got my
one Snom.
That's it.
I got my one Snom. I'm okay with that.
So, whenever I play the game with my son, because he plays very casual. I mean, he's obviously gone to Go Fest and all these events, and so he'll play during the events. And he's a Pokemon fan, but not a hardcore player.
He's locked in.
But dude, he was so excited for Abra in the wild.
But in the game.
He was like
scrolling, and then in the game.
He goes, yo, Abra's in the wild. This is awesome. I could evolve my Mega Alakazam. I'm like, yo, it's so funny when you take a step back and you're like, yo, there's so much diverse gameplay. Like, Abra was not a priority for me. Like, I wasn't thinking Abra was exciting. He was just like, yo, Abra. I was like, yo, Snom's in the game. He's like, yo, Abra's in the game right now. I was like, so funny how different people play.
Yo, Geodude's in the game.
Yo, Geodude is in the game, but Snom was in the 7Ks.
We've had Geodude Community Day with both of them, and then we've had Abra Community Day. So like we've seen these Pokemon in droves, and we've gotten the shiny. So it's not exciting for people that have played those events. But I did get a shiny Geodude and a shiny Abra and a shiny Zubat.
Okay, Adam got some gameplay,
all from the Go Plus. I didn't see any of them.
Well, you said you were going to buy the paid timed research, the $2 time research. Did you? You didn't.
No, because I didn't end up playing like the specific time frame with Munchlax.
Okay. Yeah.
That one was worth it too.
Yeah. For me, that's what I was doing. I used my expedition in incubators on that.
2 kilometer eggs. Yeah.
Did not take advantage of this at all.
I got 2 eggs, and I was able to hatch 2 Munchlax, and neither of them were shiny. Neither of them were good.
Yeah, Munchlax. Look, baby Pokemon being egg exclusive, somewhat rare. We've had them for so long, so that kind of takes away from it. But there was a lot of people that I was playing with that were like, "Is Munchlax a new shiny?" And when I hear questions like that, I appreciate it because I'm like, okay, maybe they weren't playing previously. They haven't been playing that long. They didn't really ever experience Munchlax being shiny during an event. So it's like, no, it's an existing shiny, but it's featured right now. I dig that. I like that. So we had a lot of people that were really excited for it because it was a holdout. A lot of the baby Pokemon are holdout shinies for people because they're egg locked. But the 6 hour event, we kind of, alluded to this last week, how we did appreciate a longer event for the hatch day because it's a little bit more casual. You can kind of pocket play and, just kind of get out there and put some kilometers in without actively having to be, face to screen, that kind of thing. But I did enjoy this, but hatch events, I still just don't take advantage of them the way I should. Some people I know get up and out there and it's just like, yo, I'm gonna chill during Munchlax hatch day, and I'm gonna get out there for Origin Form, Palkia, and Dialga. All right, before we get into like all of this, how did your Sunday go? And did
I
you
didn't
get any
actually
raids
want
in?
to get my Sunday went like this. I went to work.
Oh no. Well, you didn't necessarily
I
miss too
did,
much.
however, I actually I was driving around. I was looking for car parts. My brother actually no. Sunday, I didn't go to work. No, I was like, why was I driving around? So Sunday morning, my brother had asked me to come help him with his car. He has a Saturn VU that is
A view, bro, not a
it's in rough
voo,
shape.
a
VU,
view.
whatever. It is in very, very rough shape. Like there's a lot of things wrong with it. And he asked me if he could come help, if I could come help, like jump his car. I said okay. I bought some fuses just to kind of like see if that's
Yo,
going to
I
be the
can
issue.
picture
Like I didn't
Adam at the auto
want to
parts
get there
store.
and then not be able to move the car. Yes. It's funny because I'm actually genuinely curious on a lot of this stuff. Like that's something that I want to learn about
Bro,
because I'm
YouTube, man.
not
YouTube, bro.
in cars. I know. I've been watching stuff and I'm like, how do people have time for this?
Chris
This
Finn will
guy's
fix
got
it.
rubber mallet. He's hitting off the brake pads, the rotor. I'm like, holy crap, this is a lot harder than it looks. So I'm driving around. I'm trying to find a dipstick for my Mazda because the top piece broke off. And I have it, so I can still push it in and like pull it out and see my oil. But
Yeah.
it's not something I want to leave on there and have it like get stuck.
Yeah.
So I was driving around looking for it. You know what? $9 on Amazon for the exact thing that I needed. Why did I go to like 3 different auto places trying to find
You
it?
chose the
It's
remote
beyond me.
raid pass of purchasing. You were like, why go to the store?
Yeah. Well, no, I had already gone to 3 in person.
Oh, and they didn't have it?
And I had to, and I couldn't get a party together. So what I had to do is I had to remote the dipstick. So anyways, I helped my brother out. We get his car jumped, fixed. There are bees or hornets living inside of his light fixture area. So he shuts the door with the window down, and the bee comes in, or the hornet comes in and stings him in the leg. So he like got out of the car and like ran back. I was like, oh geez. So
I would have immediately started taking video.
I was able to move their Subaru back and then pull it. And then the car has flat tires. Doesn't tell me that.
What
luckily
car
I have an air compressor with me.
You're trying to put this like like what? Like it's like a platform and 4 rock wheels like Fred Flintstone. Like, come on, man. What is happening?
It was like Philly. But I had my air compressor thing for the tires, so I got some air in there, was able to jump start it, pulled it out, reversed it in, hit the basketball hoop. I kind of did it on purpose, but I just wanted to. He'll listen to this and be like, "Are you serious?" But we got the Subaru in. Everything's good. But then I went and saw my family. So I was busy that whole time. I was seeing my grandfather, my
So no
cousins,
raids, no remotes.
and uncles and aunts, no raids,
Okay.
but tons of family time. This was
Okay.
I was blessed in that aspect where I got to see my family, and I'm very thankful for that.
Well, I'm thankful you didn't waste any
Because I haven't
money
seen a lot of
shiny
them
hunting.
in 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So
Okay. Well, look. That we all know that's important. That's the most important stuff, especially when events are broken, and that's exactly what happened with Origin Form Dialga
and
and
I heard
Palkia.
that, and I said, I was so glad that I wasn't participating.
Well,
But
here's
I did see Nick. I did see Nick walking by with the crowd.
did you give him a
like
little
didn't have
meet?
time to say. Yeah, I was going to, but I was like, no. I didn't realize it was him until we were like right past him. So
Well, here's the thing. We're thank you to New Zealand and APAC and all that stuff for always being the brunt of broken events, right? We all know that Christmas Island, first time zones, all that stuff, no, but like we typically we'll hear about the event being broken, and we don't here in the States and in East Coast time, ET, right? We don't give it much thought because we're like, there's plenty of time, plenty of hours.
it's typically fixed by the time it gets to us.
Like every time. It's like every time. So you hear it and you're like, oh man, I'm so sorry. Thank you for taking one for the team again, New Zealand. But I'm not going to have to worry about that because it'll be fixed by the time it hits the East Coast of the States. And we thought it was fixed. And I do have the blog up on the screen for the video viewers here, but I am going to pull up a tweet. And this is a tweet from Niantic Support that came out on the 10th at 7:16 a.m. It says, trainers, we have identified an issue affecting the appearance rate for shiny Origin Form Dialga and Origin Form Palkia in raid battles during the Ultra Unlock Raid Day. We're planning compensation for affected trainers and we'll share more details soon. Now, most people, myself included,
it's fixed.
Yeah, that was the problem. I'm like, oh, it's fixed. Don't worry. We're good. We're golden. And then we're like raiding and we're halfway through the day. The shiny rates are god awful. And everyone's just like, well, they didn't fix it. I'm like, what you mean they didn't fix it? They put out a tweet. And I go, read that tweet again. And I go back and read it. And we reviewed this on the Zoom last night too. And I was like, holy moly. They don't say it's fixed. They just say we identified it. So by the time it gets
we know that there's something wrong, but we can't fix it right now. So we'll just compensate you later.
Dude.
With an undisclosed.
So let me tell you, man.
Compensation.
I was seeing numbers, crazy numbers from the hardcore, but like 75, 100, 125 raids in, 2 shinies, things like that. 100 raids in, no shinies. And I'm like, man, the RNG is fickle, right? It's being a real pain for these people. And then, I'm out there for a couple hours. I did like 25 on the ground. I did a bunch of remotes too, but I did like 25 on the ground. I wasn't expecting much, but I didn't get any shiny. And then the group that I was with, we had about 40 to 50 on the ground in Red Bank, which was fantastic, great turnout. But the majority of people there thought that this issue was resolved. And it wasn't until about, 2 hours in, 3 hours in, we're like, yeah, I guess it ain't fixed. And that's when everyone was just like, yeah, that tweet didn't necessarily clarify that it's fixed. It just said that they're aware. And, I don't want to say that that's like shiesty, but it's just on us for not really reading into it too well. But some people read it right away and they were like, yeah, it's not fixed. They just know about it. So let's talk about this before we even get into the event. I mean, it was 11 to 5 and again, 6 hour event. The drop rate on the moves was really rough too. I know a lot of people did plenty of raids and they were getting very, very few adventure effect moves. But if we go back to the tweet, it says we are planning compensation for affected trainers and we'll share more details soon. So let's talk about this compensation.
It's okay, they're just planning.
Well, here's the thing, man. When we've had issues before, typically what they'll do is, all right, here's a makeup event. Or, oh, you did 100 raids? Here's 2 raid passes. Have a nice day. It's like it's never a balance of what effort you actually put into what they do. And then we had the thing with, I forget, what was the event where they gave it to us in special research? Regidrago or something like that. And it was like, you did 10 of the raids, you'd get 10 encounters and special research, and it was great because it was like a 1-to-1 thing. I did 3 raids, I would get 3 encounters. That was cool. Now we got people doing 100 raids, and they're like, this compensation better not be a makeup event, because 1, I'm not going to buy another 100 raid passes.
You've already spent the money.
2, I'm not going to dedicate another 6 hours. And 3, I'm upset about this. So I don't want to just do it over. Like, it wasn't fun for me the first time because I was disappointed pretty much during every encounter. It was like, people want the shiny, and they want the shiny with the move. Like, that's the chase. So it kind of deflated a lot of trainers kind of midway, and we started to see people dropping off. Once they got through their 13, 14 passes with the $5 ticket, normally this is a high profile Pokemon. If it was like Rayquaza, Mewtwo, people will stick around. But as soon as those free raid passes were done, they were out.
I wanted this, but I didn't even go for it. After hearing this stuff, I didn't even try. I wasn't even attempting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I just hope that they do the encounter thing via research like they did, just so it's kind of balanced. Hey, John,
another chance to even get the
move,
special move.
Here's the thing. People are like, why am I even rolling for the move? Why can't the move be on all of them? Like, what's the big deal? Now, we talk about exclusivity. We talk about difficulty. Is this just a way for them to make the game difficult? Like, oh, you got to catch one that has the move. Like, you
just have to pay more. You just have to spend more money. That's all.
So what I saw in the community was...
Wait, can you see the Eternatus hand?
I do see the Eternatus. No, but the conversation immediately goes to the money thing because the community is upset. So they talk about that it's broken. They're going to have a makeup event. It's like, oh, they just want more money from us. They're going to make us do this all over again. It's like, 1, where in the calendar is it going to go? Because the calendar is completely jam-packed as it is.
It is.
But 2, I think I'm with a lot of people here and saying, like, I don't want a makeup event. I don't want to go out for another 6 hours and raid all day.
No.
Because it's not just an investment of money.
You've already put in your time. You've already put in your effort, your money, your time. All that stuff matters.
Yeah.
And for them to not see that or have empathy for that would be a bad move.
Yeah.
And then we're supposed to have another raid day. Like, can we expect the same?
Well,
do we know if the Switch is going to be turned on? Who is going to want to spend and play if this is happening?
Bro,
like, what if this happens again? What if this happens?
The most basic issue.
Regieleki, Regidrago, that whole situation.
Like, is this one person like forgetting to hit the button to change the shiny rate? Like how?
I'd love to know.
Look, I know there's a lot of technical stuff that I don't get. That's what I mean. Like, is this just someone?
Now it's the scope. It's the Scopely squirrel. Like, just
dude,
just running over everything.
Like, the event timer goes over. They like cut to the camera of the worker. He's like sleeping at the desk. It's like, oh, turn it on. It's like he's like.
Meanwhile, the squirrel's sitting there just eating like a bunch of stuff. Just
I am baffled why look, things break in games all the time. I get it. Live service game, like we're compassionate and empathetic when it comes to that. But this specific thing of a shiny not being turned on, or it's shiny, but this is supposed to be boosted and it's clearly not boosted. Like, this seems like we forgot to do something thing. Joe says, didn't that also happen with Necrozma? It was Necrozma, right? Wasn't that the one that they gave us in research? It was Necrozma. So this happens.
Wasn't it a bunch of the Ultra Beasts in general?
I don't know, man.
Right? It's because you did a bunch of Ultra Beasts.
This happens a lot, and like I said,
it was the background. It was like the background. I think that was the thing.
I'm so used to this getting fixed after it being broken.
For that,
it was a
and
it was a downer.
With everything being said, there's more resources, there's more focus on the game because it's not all this other stuff going on. You're focused on Pokemon Go. So where's the focus? I don't
It's
I
like,
don't know.
is
I don't
the
see
the
focus.
Scopely team like are like, oh sorry, they're out back like working on like, you know, I don't know,
Like somebody used double
AR.
team and
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. I feel for those that went really heavy on this event because look, you know, especially like if you did a lot of remotes, and I I mean, look, it's a an elective poison to be like, yeah, I'm going to dish out, you know, $2 a pop and do a bunch of remotes and drop 40, 50, $60, whatever on all these raids. But that hurts much worse than being in person. But even being in person, if someone was on the ground doing 50, 60, 100 raids, like this isn't just about like make up my opportunities to get the shiny. Like it feels like time wasted. And in this game, we've said it before, the most valuable consumable, the most valuable currency in this game is time. You want to be at the top of this game, you got to put in time. You want the most shinies, you want the best IVs, it's luck. You got to put in the time, you know. So
that's why my community day shinies have just drastically dipped. I'm okay with getting the 3, and that's pretty much I can wash my hands clean and step away and not have to. I mean, if I have the Go Plus and I'm playing as often as I can with the Go Plus Plus, yeah, cool. I got 6, 7, 8 shinies. But if I can only play for my half-hour break and I get the 3 shinies, like that's a success in my book. I might not even evolve to get the move, but as long as I
you
get
just
the
want
3
the line.
shinies, I'm okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you only have the opportunity to do a couple raids and you're kind of like, hey, I'm excited to do a couple raids on my break because it's a boosted rate, and then it's not. It's definitely a letdown, especially for people that weren't playing during the last time this was released and all that stuff. It's like people are really excited about this. You know, there's certain Pokemon in this game that will be a draw that will get people to come out. We've seen it with Rayquaza. We've seen it with the Primals. We've seen it with
Tyranitar.
Mewtwo. Yeah, stuff like that. You know, this was one of them. People were like, I want these adventure effects. I need the energy. I need this
Yeah,
stuff.
and it's about the adventure effects.
Yep.
That's the whole point. Everybody wants the adventure effect.
Yep. Likeable Monster in the chat says, I was only out for the candy and adventure effects, so the makeup research would be perfect. Yeah, it's like, it's not about the experience. It's like, make up for what I should have, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted shinies, I wanted the move, I wanted the candy. It's a total bummer. It's a total
Yeah,
bummer.
so I think one should be honestly, if you gave I was gonna say 2 chances and they were both shiny, like if you did X amount of raids, but both of them were guaranteed shiny and guaranteed the move, like that would be insane.
Yeah.
But it's just obviously the numbers would roll.
Yeah, no, it was a total bummer. And you know, I would have liked to have heard from Niantic / Scopely already with, you know, because this is still coming from Niantic support, right? You know what I mean? Like, are they doing this from the
Yeah.
you know, they got like a string connected to the old office, like, you know, typing remotely on a computer. Like, this is Scopely, right?
No, Ken, you're giving too much credit. It is literally a paper cup with a string all the way to the other office, and they're like, "Hey, do we get the shiny on?"
No, they've got like, it's like little
No one's responding.
they're like
We
Pikachu
get
like
the shiny
walkie
on.
talkies for kids at like the dollar store, like a bootleg Pikachu walkie talkie.
Pikachu out.
They're like, wait, did you say don't turn the shinies on? I think you said don't turn the shinies on. Check, got it. Don't turn the shinies on. It's like, dude, it's a bummer. I hate that this stuff still happens. You know, we try to do our best to be patient and understanding, but this just hurts. This just feels really, really, really bad. And this weekend, we're in let's move into Taken Over. Like, we're in Taken Over right now, where we have Shadow Kyogre in raids. We've got Shadow Giratina with Giovanni. I know that you're never in a rush to do the research. I'm still working on it right now. But this weekend is Shadow Read weekend for Shadow Kyogre. And, you know, do they, I don't think they actually call out like, hey, this is going to be a boosted rate, right? There's no boosted rate, but like, you know, what if we've seen it where they don't turn it on at all. You know what I mean? Like could it's hard to have faith. It's hard to to have trust in the process when this continues and continues and continues to happen. It hurts. So I'll put a link in the description here to a really nice infographic. This is G47IX. I apologize if there's some clever way to say it, but this dude is making some killer infographics. And he's got one for taking over here that kind of shows everything. We do have new lineups for the team leaders, and we have Shiny Salandit being released. And I have seen this on Twitter. Someone posted, so they at least turned it on. But great looking shiny. This is very, very, it's a big departure from the non-shiny. So I do like this. And Shadow raids, they do this thing now for the taken over where tier 1, tier 3 raids, you have a wider floor for your IVs, so you can get some great league stuff in there as well. And then this weekend we have Shadow Kyogre, and we're going to do a little raid guide and battle party for that in a second. Some new Shadow Pokemon. You've got Staryu, Pick-a-Peck. Who is that? Fletchling and Grubbin. Now, there's a collection challenge, and people are like, I can't find Staryu in the wild. Where's Staryu? You got to do some rocket grunts to try to pick these up. Okay. Yeah, because they're not really spawning. I was running incense today. I'm like, where's this Staryu? And it's like, oh yeah, it's a new Shadow Pokemon. So take advantage of that. But Shadow Kyogre, Kyogre, when it's primal, brings a lot of people out. Kyogre, under normal circumstances, brings a lot of people out. Kyogre is one of my go-to Pokemon when it comes to sweeping gyms, clearing out, just clearing gyms, just cleaning stuff up. Rocket grunts. I always run a Kyogre. Kyogre is just fantastic. It charges, its charge move charges pretty quickly. I just use it a lot. There's a lot of functionality out of it. So there, it's worth raiding if it works. So we're gonna have our fingers crossed here. But Adam, I guess we could do a little battle party whoop, or if that's okay with you. I gotta turn this on.
Are you ready?
Am I ready? Of course I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Battle party. Ooh, ooh. Battle party. Ooh, ooh.
All right. So Shadow Kyogre, we're going to look at Pokemon Go Hub, and I'm going to pull this up for the video viewers. But
you can look at that. I'll look at Poke Battler. Shout
out to Kitty Pokemons a lot for putting this guide together over on PokemonGoHub.net. Shadow Kyogre, 5-star Pokemon. The IV floor for these Shadow Raids, 666. Yes, evil. But Shadow Kyogre is a pure water type, so it's going to be weak to electric and grass. Here are your 100% CP numbers. Non-weather boost, 2351. So no weather boost, level 20, 2351. Boosted in rainy weather, level 25, 2939. So again, those numbers are going to be 2351, 2939. And I put together a little bit of a unique party here. Mega Sceptile coming out at the top of this list, which is pretty cool. Fury Cutter, Bug Move, and Frenzy Plant. It's pretty cool to see that because sometimes you need a reason to use certain Pokemon. I would not bring out Mega Sceptile normally. I would bring out Mega Venusaur or something like that, but Mega Venusaur is showing number 2 here. It's the Sceptile has a little bit more tankiness in it and some higher DPS than the Venusaur. But we got Mega Sceptile, Mega Venusaur, Mega Rayquaza with off move type. So non super effective moves here. Dragon Tail, Dragon Ascent, just because of the high DPS is coming in at number 3. Grass Spect Kartana, Razor Leaf Blade, also at number 4. We have some electric stuff in here. Zekrom with Charge Beam, Wild Charge. Zarude, always, like we were talking about Meloetta, Victini. These Pokemon have come out and kind of just sit in our storage and we never really use them. They're just there. Use Zarude. It's like, this is a perfect opportunity to use Zarude. Vine Whip, Power Whip. Go ahead, grass moves. Shadow Raikou in there. Shadow Tangrowth, Mega Ampharos, Sky Shaman. So there's a good amount of diversity here, but just remember electric and grass. If you have a smaller party, don't forget about 2 things when you're raiding here. Party play. Make sure you're taking advantage of that. and also the purified gems. Make sure you're taking care of that because Kyogre is a bit of a tank. If once it goes
I was
enraged,
just thinking that
it could,
it'll be very hard to
yeah,
take down.
yeah, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to lose your parties while you're just waiting for it to time out of being enraged. If you've got the purified gems, just be ready to cash them in here. For the video, people, I'm going to pull up my battle party right now, and I had people clocking me last week going like, yo, your Pokemon aren't powered up. Yo, I don't spend Stardust, bro. What's wrong with you? How dare you think that I'm going to spend
Listen,
some
I found
Stardust?
out today that my Tangrowth was not powered up. My Sceptile's not fully powered up. I'm like, what is going on? Why aren't these like powered up?
Well, I'm going to lead with the Mega Sceptile. What I did here, with the exception of my buddy who is Tookus, my Chansey that I'm working on right now, I'm bringing an all grass party. So we're going Mega Sceptile up top. I got the Grass Spect Kartana. Zarude is coming. The Sky Shaman, which I don't think I've ever brought out. So that's kind of cool. And a good old regular Rillaboom, because I think I just love Rillaboom's design. You know, I've used it in GMAX scenarios, but never in like a standard scenario here. So I'm going to bring it as part of my little grass party. And then Tookus, my Chansey, is going to be hanging out with the grass Pokemon. So I got Mega Sceptile, which is a hundo. So Adam style. Kartana, Zarude, Shaman, Rillaboom, and my buddy. You know, and again, if you're running hyper training and stuff like that, and you're on like a raid task, don't forget to drop your buddy, your hyper training buddy, into your party, so that way you remember to bring it with you every time to get the credit for doing a raid for your hyper training. Because I didn't have my buddy, I had a Chansey in my party for Origin Form, Dialga, and Palkia, and then I realized I wasn't getting credit for my hyper training for like the first 5 raids I did. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what's going on? So yeah, so throw your hyper training buddy in there, but I'm going all grass with the exception of my buddy Adam. What about you? What you got?
All right, I've got a little bit of a mix. I started with Mega Sceptile, Tangrowth. All of these are 100%. Meowscarada. I have Xurkitree, Electivire, and my Duskmane Necrozma, the one that flies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the right one.
I think
so I have it just because of DPS, and that's like, it's big and bulky. I like it.
So yeah, I mean, you're so wait, your Xurkitree's a hundo also?
Yep,
So
that's the one I traded with Raber.
Full hundo party. This is crazy. This is crazy. Adam knows how to do it. I like the Tangrowth in there. That's fun. That's fun.
No, I was like I said, I was surprised that it wasn't even powered up all the way. I'm just like, all right, I powered up I think like 10 or 11 times, and then I was out of Stardust. So
the chat is asking about our hyper training. How are you doing with your hyper training, bud?
Funny you should ask, because I was thinking about it, and I looked and I'm like, oh, I am 6 out of 10 candies. But I'm currently 16.5 kilometers out of 20 for my next candy. So it's coming close. I just choose to forget to feed my buddy, so he walks with me.
So I'm done with HP. I beat you in that. So I'm done with that.
Well, it's easy to walk a Rattata, you know.
I'm
saying?
walking with a Pikachu, you know what I'm saying? But
like,
so my HP is done, but I'm up to I'm only a couple points away. I'm up to training attack training task 13 and defense training task 12. So I'm up there, but you know, there's time locks, and I kind of was chilling out with my attack training because I knew that there was the defeat 40 Team Go Rocket members for this, and I was like, yo, taking over. I go, this is absolutely perfect. This is when I'm going to knock all this stuff out. So I'm just going to, you know, cruise with this the week, and I'm time gated on defense training, which is a little bit of a bummer. But all right, let us know. Tag us in the, you know, on social, or send us an email. Let us know what you're bringing for Shadow Kyogre and how it goes for you. Yo,
you got to bring the Tangrowth.
Hundo Shadow Kyogre, bro. That is a solid flex.
No shiny Hundo Kyogre Shadow. Is that a flex?
It's a flex, bro.
Because we don't know if it'll be turned on. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be turned on. Don't worry. All right, let's start talking. I guess you know what? Before we get into max finality, a couple little things. We have Worlds coming up this week, and we have the World Championship event happening in Pokemon Go, and there's also going to be a Twitch stream where they're going to be giving out codes on the Twitch stream. There will be drops also, so if you we're going to be co-streaming. I'm not sure when I'm going to get on over the weekend, but if you can and you see us live, jump in, and get your drops all set up so you can get some additional codes. But there are going to be some avatar items and some stuff that they're going to give away, including a timed research, and an encounter with Skarmory, an Elite Charge TM, and more. So I'm in for the and more, without a doubt. But this is cool. They did this last year.
And more is just a couple Pokeballs. Don't get your hopes up,
bro.
It's a couple potions too.
I would like those Pokeballs. I would like all of that for sure. I would definitely like that. But there is a instructions here on how to actually connect your Pokemon Trainer Club account to your Twitch account in order to get the drops. So I would do this ahead of the stream if you're interested in watching one of the co-streamers or anything like that to get the drops. Just make sure you do your setup prior to the actual event. And then there's the actual World Championship event that has the the Pikachu in the jersey, the new another one more costume Pikachu for you, Adam. But this is going to be happening the 15th to the 17th. That's this weekend. And here's your links. And then check out these avatar items, which are pretty cool. They got the World shirt and Pokemon debut. They call it a varsity jacket. That's what it was. Pikachu wearing a varsity jacket. Up to 5 special trades. One thing I know about my community getting out there, man, when these events have extra trades, we're using them. So I definitely dig that for sure. And I guess we can skip through that all really quick, but just be ready for that. There's also Go Battle Weekend. I know we don't do much PvP talk around here, so just be ready to do some battles this weekend as well. But all right, Adam, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll dig into some surface stuff with Max Finale and talk about the Dynamax Cannon Adventure Effect. We'll talk about just kind of prepping for Dark Skies. We do have another recording before the Max Finale, so we won't go too deep into it. But I did want to have a little conversation about what Niantic / Scopely has been doing to kind of make things easier for trainers with smaller communities, which may seem counterproductive, but
It's accessibility.
It's accessibility. It is. But all right, let's take a break.
Accessibility.
We'll be back right after this.
Like I said, it's accessibility.
Accessibility.
They want everyone and their grandmother to have a fair chance at getting a Snorlax.
Hi, chat. Hi, how are you? Adam's leaving. Adam, go get a cup of coffee. Adam's dozing. Joe, you got the shiny female Salandit. What? That's crazy. That's a good one. I still get excited when I get female regular Salandit. I'm like immediately tag it as trade. It's good trade bait. Good trade bait. I got a Pidgey at my house right now. Casa built the 4-star Tangrowth. Yo, let's go. That's exciting. What did I get? I'll pull it up. Let me go to my recents here. I got a Trubbish. That was the latest hundo here. Trubbish, Esper, I purified a Lapras. I've had some good ones. But I like the Trubbish. Yeah, I don't power things up because I'm low on Stardust. I'm at 34 million. What's wrong with me? Why am I like this? Likeable Monster says, got my mushroom coffee, bro. I can't drink that stuff. I don't know how you people do that. What's wrong with you? It's like drinking earth. Can't drink the earth. Not a fan. Not a fan. All right, we'll get back into this as soon as Adam comes back. I hear him.
All right, what did I miss?
Nothing. We're talking about mushroom coffee and how gross it is.
Really?
Yeah, it's foul. All right, you ready to get back into this?
I did just prep some cold brew coffee. But yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Wrong one. All right. And we are back from our break. Thank you
from our break
for that.
Thank
Appreciate that.
you for that.
Appreciate it so much.
He appreciates
Thank you so
it.
much.
I appreciate it.
We all appreciate it. Really quick, just wanted to take a moment to recognize some of our patrons. Huge thanks to our gym leaders, Ben, Brandy, Espion, Willow, Herbert, KJ, and Matthew. Special thanks to our executive producer, Xander, as well as the other executive producers on the network, Monkey Bread, Tish Smith, and Kate the Cons. Thank you. And just make sure you check out PokemonProfessor.com for links to everywhere you can connect with us, including our Patreon, which is patreon.com/PokemonProfessor, where you can support this show and all the shows in the network for as little as $1 a month. And all patrons will get a lifetime membership to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. So just check out luredup.com. Links to all the shows, merch, all that stuff is up there, luredup.com. All right, let's talk about Max Finale. I guess the first thing we could talk about here is the adventure effect for Dynamax Cannon. Now, the important thing to remember here is that this is a Dynamax Pokemon, right? We're not talking about Eternamax form of Eternatus. We're talking about just good old Dynamax form. That's what we're going to be getting. So there is a D-Max move. But what makes this one a little bit different is that it's just, this is a really unique one. I'm going to pull it up here. The adventure effect Dynamax Cannon, it says Eternatus caught from the Go Pass Max Finale encounter. Remember, you're only catching one, and it's part of the free Go Pass. Will know the charged attack Dynamax Cannon. Trainers can activate Dynamax Cannon's adventure effect by using 5,000 Stardust and 30 Eternatus Candy to temporarily boost their Pokemon's max moves by 1 level in max battles for 10 minutes. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Max moves that are locked, so even if you don't have it unlocked, immediately gets bumped to level 1. And then if you have a level 1, it gets bumped to level 2. Sure. But if you got level 3, dude, it gets bumped to level 4, which will provide an outsized power relative to the standard level up. So the gap from, the boost of damage from, an attack level 1 to level 2 and then a 2 to 3, the 3 to 4 is going to be a bigger gap. So we're going to get back to this with making things easier for smaller groups. But this is like a kind of like a silent assist here that really, really can give an edge to smaller groups if they need it. But I'm really, really digging this adventure effect. I just think that it's really cool. And when you catch the Pokemon, the Eternatus from the Go Pass, it will already know Dynamax Cannon. It's not a roll. It just says Eternatus caught from the Go Pass Max Finale encounter will know the charged attack Dynamax Cannon. So there's no chance that, I wonder if it'll let you like TM away from it, right? Like, not that you'd want to do that, but don't do that.
I actually don't want that.
But this is actually really cool. I do really, really dig this adventure effect. I think this is going to be something that can be utilized and should be utilized by small groups. But think about Dynamax situations where you only have a party of 4, where you can't really lean or rely on 30 people that you're with to kind of carry you through, where you need everyone to really put in their effort.
If all 4 of you drop this effect,
dude, it's good stuff. It's really going to help.
And the effects, they don't work with party play, right?
It's unrelated. So I mean,
okay.
Yeah. It's like
I was just asking. I have curiosity.
Yeah, the party play. You talking about like the charge move boost for standard raid?
Yes.
Yeah. Unrelated. But
but still, so you're with a party, you're gaining a boost there, and then you use this effect, and then it goes from 3 to 4, which is an outmatched attack. That's got to be some serious damage you're doing.
Well, especially like if people, it's going to cost a lot of candy. That's why people want to do all those D-Maxes leading up to getting the one actual encounter, because you want to earn that candy and earn all that stuff to help power it up. This is going to be in competition for me with Palkia as my like rare candy dumpster, because I want to be able to like pop in like to see a couple people out and playing, and it's like, hey, you want to do this DMAX here, especially if it's like an Entei or a legendary DMAX. Yeah, it's only 4 people, but it's still tough. But if you have this, it really can give an edge. And then in addition to a mushroom,
and then if you don't necessarily have this, you could get some mushrooms. Like there's lots of things you could grab to increase your ability to take down a boss now.
yep, via
I think
power,
the accessibility is there,
yep,
especially with this Eternatus adventure effect. I think we're at the point where the game's easy now.
yeah.
The game's easy.
Well,
It was difficult. Now it's easy.
Via Power in the chat says that this and Zacian or Zamazentis adventure effects can work together really well when coordinated properly. I agree. This is like, again, buffs, boosts, assistance, like all this stuff is making it easier and easier for less people to do more damage. So we're going to talk about that in a bit, but put that in your back pocket for a second, because we've talked about the end game trainer wanting difficulty. And here we are passively making things easier. So what do we do to make this game harder? And, you know, I don't know what we do. I mean, when we were doing, I forgot what when we were doing, what was the Butterfree? We were like, yo, let's try to do this with all Wooloos. Like, let's try to go in with 40 people with Wooloos. You know, it's like, we have to get creative, because it's like, it's just too easy. It's just too easy unless you do some silly stuff. So I don't know, but I do dig this. Something that Niantic / Scopely is doing, which kind of came out of nowhere and was very unexpected, was they're going to be doing some in-person activations for Max Finale on over the weekend, which is pretty cool. It says Eternatus is coming, and you'll need the power of your community to meet the challenge. And check this out: Seattle, Washington, Boston, Massachusetts, Seattle, and San Francisco. Seattle and Boston are on the Saturday. San Francisco is on the Sunday. They're doing in-person activations. Now, I'd imagine this is going to be probably closer to like what the road tour, the like the road trip was in Europe, less the van, less the bus, where, you know, maybe they'll have a little tent, maybe they'll have some charging stations, they'll have some cutout, you know, team leaders or something like that for photo ops, got some music playing. Don't go to one of these things expecting like the world.
It literally tells you what can you expect at each location. A Pokemon Go pop-up event with interactive fun, photo opportunities to capture the magical moments.
There's your Willow cutout.
Fun activities with your local community ambassadors and their communities.
Get that little pink card.
Spin to win giveaways and exciting prizes, including Pokemon plush, pins, posters, and more.
Are they going to have like a boardwalk wheel?
The chance to meet and battle with local trainers and community ambassadors.
So that's what to expect.
And then the posters and the giveaways and stuff, there's an asterisk there that says available while supplies last. So they'll probably have some, but not a lot. So you want to make this your first stop.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
No, that's totally fair. I agree with that.
Don't wait till the end of the event to be like, oh, well, now that the event's winding down, let's go see the Niantic activation.
Let me get that sweat, bro. You kidding me, bro? It's like in Red Bank, we might only have 40, 50 people, but people show up and they're like, I need that swag now. I need those 2 free raid passes on that card. All right, I'm pulling up some Dark Skies stuff here. As we
go
into the lead in, because we're this is all part of the Max Finale.
It's too dark.
Stop.
Oh no.
I'm breaking things. But if we're looking here during Dark Skies, this is when all the DMAX Pokemon are going to be coming back, and there's specific dates that they're going to be available. So there's a lot here. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a thing where during the Max Finale or during Dark Skies, if they're going to activate all the power spots that are available at the same time. But if you're like really looking like, hey, I only want to go after Sableye, or I only want to go after, Sobble, it might be difficult to do them at scale because there's so many that are in the pool that are going to be available on this day. So you have this big old pool on the 18th, a big old pool on the 19th and 20th, same thing on the 21st and 22nd, but everything is coming back. So they've got, starter Pokemon mixed with legendary Pokemon. All the DMAX stuff is going to be crazy. Pretty much trying to wipe your resources before the max finale. So then when max finale comes around, it's like, oh, I got to buy some MP packs. I got to buy some lucky eggs. I got to buy some raid passes to do some remotes. They did this to us right before GoFest, where they had an event that was like consumable sucking, where it was just like, you're wiping out your inventory of all this stuff. And you're like, dude, I got to drop some more loot before this event if I want to make the most of it. Just note also, going into Dark Skies at the end of it, through max finale, Zacian and Zamazenta, they're both going to be available from the 18th to the 20th, but then they're doing the split thing. The 21st is Zacian, 22nd is Zamazenta. I'm going to pull up some, again, there's some really nice infographic here that kind of shows the timeline of what everything is. I recommend looking through this to figure out what days you want to play, what Pokemon you want to go after on what days. There's too much to be like, oh, I'm going to do it all. There's just too much. Unless you're out all day long, 9 to 9, doing max battles, like, it's going to be very difficult to like catch multiples of these just because there's so many. We don't know how often they're going to reset. We don't know any of that yet.
I think the 18th, you can expect that most people will be going after Latios Latios, because
that makes sense.
Someone like myself didn't get the chance to grab that many. I think I only got one because I was at a show. So that is what I would go after. And then Trubbish either is new or is fairly new, and that one is desirable because I haven't seen Trubbish. I haven't personally seen it, so I want that as well. For the 19th and the 20th, you got the legendary birds coming back, nice. Rookidee, and you've got both Toxtricities. I think those are the ones to go after, and that's what everybody will be out playing for, especially Rookidee. Yes, we've got Community Day coming up, but I have a Dynamax Shiny with a good chance at good IVs.
Well, there's a lot of shiny hunting here. There's a lot of shiny eligible Pokemon through this Dynamax lineup. So, we haven't seen the Toxtricities. Yep, we haven't seen them since Wild Area.
Right. And then 21st, 22nd, you got the dogs all coming back. Your personal favorite, Chansey, and Passimian. It's always a good one. I like that. And then, I don't know. For some reason, I really like Wooloo and Skwovet as far as
Wooloo is like the meme Pokemon. It's just like, I'm just going to start bringing Wooloo to parties just so people could be like, who's got a Wooloo in here? It's like, I do. And
then there's some Pokemon to raid. That's about it.
Yeah. Galarian Weezing, Galarian Sinistea coming back, which is kind of cool.
That's a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Dark Skies is going to be very exciting, very busy. Just remember to manage your resources, because if you're sitting on max particle packs now, you may want to hold on to them for Eternatus. But it's really up to you. But there's a lot of potential here to blow through all of your consumables and all your resources. And then,
I would make sure that you are dropping Pokemon in gyms and trying to get your 50 coins every single day.
For sure.
Until this, yeah.
If we look at the infographic for the max finale itself, this is really cool. That shows the different, because now we have hourly rotations for each of the max finale, the G Max Pokemon that are coming through. So this is going to help you also plan your day's worth of gameplay out. So take a look at this, figure out when it's important for you to do some max battles. Because you got to remember, in addition to like the Eternatus stuff, there is a whole lot of other stuff going on. If you happen to miss a Gmax day or something like that, now's your opportunity. You're probably going to have people out playing, and, don't be scared to kind of get online, go to the forums, go in the Discords and all that stuff and be like, hey, does anyone want invites? I'm going out there. I only have 3 people with me, but can I count on 5 people to join my raids? Can I count on 5 people to join my max battles? Get yourself these Pokemon, because they don't come around that often. But there's different times of the day. So just plot your day out, figure out what's important to you, and all that good stuff. And, new special backgrounds. They have like the Eternatus clouds and, all that stuff, which is kind of cool. people done love some background Pokemon. But no, I'm really really excited for the max finale. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. If we look at the as always, our Google Calendar link is in the show description, but the calendar is just absolutely bonkers for the rest of the month. Just completely packed. Like we talked about at the beginning of the month, there's no vanilla spawn days this entire month. It's just completely just jam packed. And when
the last time I opened up the game, it was Go-Go and Cherubi.
but
I was like, what?
When August is all done, when the max finale's wrapping up and we're all done with this, we're going to be into the next season. So it's all happening very, very fast. So we have another week of recording before the max finale. So we're going to dig back into it next week. But ahead of that, prepare.
Just know, are your skies like too gray? Are they too dark? Or are they bright sunshine and you're very excited?
Bright sunny day. All right, let's talk really quick about this this trend that we're seeing in the game with things getting easier. And I don't know how I feel about this. It really is like an accessibility versus difficulty situation where things are just getting easier and easier. We all know accessibility is a positive.
They don't need to be this easy, though. They don't need to be giving all of this stuff away. For one thing, we started getting tons of max Pokemon or Dynamax Pokemon.
Right.
They were literally handing to them like candy. So you can't argue the fact that for accessibility reasons they made things remote. But you're handing them to me anyways. And we were able to get the free max Pokemon, one of the starters. So it's like, but we're getting handed these things.
But take the remote away. Take the remotes away from the whole conversation, and we're just talking about playing with a couple friends, right? Just playing local, not inviting anybody. You don't have your online status on. You're just playing with the people that you're with. You now have.
Well, we've already got Zashi and Zamazenta with their adventure effects.
I know.
We already have max mushrooms, so there's those things are already in the game to make it easier.
And now you're gonna have Eternatus.
You're gonna have Eternatus,
dude. It's bringing the overall. Now, is this something that is to help fight the power creep? Because clearly we're seeing power creep because these newly released Pokemon, when they're maxed out in hundos and stuff, are at the top of our CP charts, right? So they're as Pokemon are released, they're getting stronger, they're getting more powerful. Is this just a way for the game to combat the power creep? I don't necessarily know, because you're using all these powerful Pokemon. You're still be doing a Caterpie D-Max, you know what I mean, with level 4 moves. Like it's overkill. So I don't know. I really just don't know. I don't know what their real intention or sentiment is here. Is this trying to fight the power creep? Is it trying to make it easier for people? Do the developers think that the game is too hard? And we've talked about how we define difficulty in the game, and it could be different for other people. But I think that this kind of hurts endgame players. Now, we did have that little teaser for the max finale that showed like the counter, 49, 50, 51, 52, up to 60. And everyone's like, yo, level 60 is coming.
I think that was a planned strategic.
Of course. It's level 60 of your Go Pass. Like that's what even though the Lucky Trinket, the Golden Bottle Cap, those are like level 100 Go Pass rewards. They just stuck in the level 60 to troll us, I think, the number 60. Like, why wouldn't they have counted up to 100? You know what I mean? Like, if that's when you get unless the Eternatus encounter is at rank 60, which doesn't really make sense. I think it would be at 100 because that's where they've placed the goodies on previous Go Passes. But let me tell you, it really triggered a lot of excitement about level 60. So that's a whole nother conversation. I just think we're encroaching a level or a point in the game where we're down to like 100 whatever Pokemon to be released. there's a lot of people still grinding the level 50, but you got to remember there's a huge contingency also in this space, at least, that are level 50 and have been 50 since, as fast as they possibly could have done it. Now, that's still
that's true.
fraction of 1% when you're talking about the millions of Pokemon Go players, right? The average player is probably level 10 or something like that, Singaporean grandma style.
10?
But
No
dude, I
way.
don't know. 11, sorry.
I'd say probably 25. Like if I had to actually guess, I'd say 25.
So, but that's
25
reasonable.
because
That's
you've got
reasonable.
raids, you've got friendship. Those things just stack. And if you're new to the game and you're spinning new stops, you're getting more XP. Like it just seems like it would be that easy to get there.
I think once
very
this
quickly.
max finale is done and we don't get level 60, we should have conversations and start talking about, well, where's the end game content come in? How do we continue to have the core player, the 9-year player, the veterans? How do we keep them around, and not only keep them around, but keep them engaged? Because I see plenty of people, they only come out during events. They may not play during the week. They may have some days where they don't even log in. Those aren't the core player anymore. They maybe once were, but the game has to do something to figure out a way to get those people excited again. And if they keep making things easier, it's not going to be that easy to get those people to want to log in every day if things are boring for them. And that's what I'm concerned about with all this stuff just getting easier and easier and easier. We saw it with Lapras. We saw it with Butterfree.
Almost like
it's a
I
joke.
know I can do it.
We'll have to see. But Adam, we did it, man.
And
That's
I panicked when I was doing the remote max battle because I saw 8 and then I jumped in and it was 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm like, okay, so we've got a decent amount, but I was worried. I was like, oh no, we only have 8. But then after hearing everything with it being easy, I was like, probably could have handled it.
Think about Charizard, 8. Bro. When we were first doing Gigantamax Charizard, it was like parties of 40 getting wrecked. You know what I mean? It's like it's come a long way.
Now it's parties of like 10.
It's been nerfed. It's been nerfed. But Adam, that is a show. Thank you so much to everyone that's here in the chat. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Make sure you email us, luredup@pokemonprofessor.com. You can leave us a text or a voicemail, 732-835-8639. You definitely may have heard some ads on this show. We signed with Pickaxe, which is an advertising firm that's going to kind of take what we're doing here into a new direction, new levels. So we would appreciate it if you hear an ad on our show, give it a listen and engage with the advertiser. It makes everybody happy and keeps our lights on. But yeah, thank you so much to Pickaxe for picking up all the shows on the network. We're really excited to kind of fill a Pokemon vertical in their catalog of shows. They have a lot of video game shows and Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering shows. And they brought in the Pokemon Professor Network to kind of fill a vertical of Pokemon in that space. So definitely check out Pickaxe. I'll put links in the description. And when you hear our ads, that's why. So we're just trying to keep our lights on and allow us to do some cool, more exciting things, specifically with travel and things like that, by signing on with this advertising firm. So we're really fun. But thank you so much to everyone that's here in the chat. Adam, that's a show.
That is a show. Get out there and look up at the sky.
Oh yeah, meteor. Let's go. Keep training, trainers. Thank you so much. We will see you